Okay, I think I'm live now. Hello, everybody. I think I'm live. I don't know. The reason why I don't know is because I'm using a new software. So originally last year I was using OBS Streamlabs. Streamlabs is a separate software compared to what I'm using now, which I'm using is what I'm using now is regular OBS, because there's one called OBS and then there's OBS Streamlabs. And I heard that this one works a lot smoother compared to the other one, and so far it looks good. I hope the quality looks good. I hope everything sounds good. I think you can hear me. I don't know, but I have a lot to talk about. Welcome, everybody. I have a lot on my mind to bring up, and also keep in mind, please excuse me if I get stuck on certain things or whatever. I'm trying to get used to speaking by myself on a camera once again, because it's been a while. Like, I don't know how long it's been. It's been a couple months. A lot has happened, and I'm just excited to be back, and I've got a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about. And if you're still sticking around, thank you. But yeah, if anything looks different, it's because I'm using a new software. We'll see how it goes. It seems to be running a lot smoother. If you guys have been here, let me drink some of this water. I'm gonna promote a lot of drinking water this year, so I switched to these sturdy bottles. I used to just drink out of plastic, and then I realized how much waste that is. I know, guys, right? Your boy gets a pair of glasses, changes his name, and now he's gone full woke. Once he's got the glasses on, it's all over. No, I promise. I'm still a chill guy. But anyways, yeah, I've switched to this. Shout out to my sister. She actually hooked me up with the recommendations. See, I was gonna go hydro, but then I started actually bottle shopping, and a wallet for sure this has been my favorite bottle that I've ever owned. I have another one that my mom gave me for Christmas. I felt bad because I had bought one already prior, like not that long ago, before Christmas, and this one is like the bottle for me. And it keeps the drink super cold, and this handle, yo, like if you're gonna grab one of these, I wouldn't go for the small one. I would get the this is the 32. I think it's a 32 30 ounce. They don't make a boot for this, by the way, which is kind of annoying. But this handle is awesome. The other one, I gotta pull up the screen at some point. I can still do all this stuff that I was doing before. The smaller one has a shitty handle. I'm just gonna like, you call that a handle? Like, if you guys know, you know. But this handle is the one you want, because look at that full. Oh my god, such a great thing. You know, I had one of these. I had a tumbler before. It was by Yeti, and the one thing I didn't like about it was that it didn't have a goddamn handle, and this one does, and I'm like super hyped about it. So, cheers. Also, there's a fucking. It's like a 2-in-1 system here. You could just spout it like normal, like, you know, drink it, or you could be like me, and I hated this at first, but now I love it. There's a straw. There's a built-in straw in this shit, so I could just. There you go. I hope you heard all that. I got to get used to speaking to the mic again. But anyways, if you were here last season, you would remember that we were having a lot of issues near the end of the year with like the stream glitching out, like. The audio would start to stutter, and then the green screen stopped working. People were getting cut off a frame. There's a lot of shit that was happening to me, and it got to the point where, like, wow, like it felt like a used car. Like, so much shit. I kept trying to fix one thing, and then the other thing started breaking, and then I just kind of got stuck in this weird like funk, and it was honestly making me feel not motivated to do this stuff anymore. And then along with that, I had a lot of stuff happening in my life. But I mean, not like it wasn't expected. I usually take a break near the end of the year, because that's when like holidays happen and stuff. And, you know, people want to be with their families and stuff. You know, why would I want to steer away from that? But anyways, I enjoy doing it. And I personally think everybody that's online and does this kind of stuff, or I don't know, anything else, maybe even, I think it's good to give yourself that breathing time to reevaluate and just do a lot of critical thinking, and I feel like I've done a lot of that for these past couple months, and I've got a list of stuff that I want to share with you guys. because there's a lot to catch up about. And I just hope you guys stick with me. Now, I don't have chat set up here. I don't know if anyone's in here, but if you're here and you've returned to the stream, hey, drop a like. I appreciate it if you like the channel. We got to address a lot of things. Let me see here. Let's see. Are we live? I don't even know if we're live. I'm just double checking real quick, guys. Because I'm just going to I'm going to end up rambling, and then I'm not going to have any of this filmed. Here, let me see through here. I have the desktop right here, and I don't take advantage of that. I'm getting, oh, and also I have music in the background because I think it's gonna help me focus a little bit. I don't know about you guys, but usually silence kind of like fucks me up sometimes. But that's just me. Like sometimes when I go to bed, I need something playing. All right, let me see. Okay, well the chat is up. We'll see what happens. Hopefully a few of you guys join in, but we'll see. But let me pull up my OBS. All right, I got a couple things that I want to cover, but I should be drinking water in between because god damn, after so much talking, my throat gets so dry. Hold on. All right. See, my mind goes all over the place, and this is exactly why I make notes, because I have so much to talk about. But first things first. Let's get to it, okay? Let's get to it. I know you saw the title. It says, it didn't say burp. Hold on. I had a bowl of orange chicken and chow mein earlier, and I'm having like crazy heartburn right now. Whew. All right. Anyways. Well, first of all, welcome back. If you're back, if you're new here, welcome. There's a lot of cool things that I have planned ahead for this channel. A lot of things have changed. But if you're gonna stick around, thank you. I appreciate it. As you can see, maybe some of you guys will be familiar with the setup that I've kind of had before. I'm sure you're familiar with this angle. But yeah, we had a little break in around October. I kind of needed to step away, as I usually do every year. And let's see what else I got here. One thing that you'll notice is the name change. Yes, NARD no more. The name NARD has been removed, and I'll tell you why. Because yeah, I'm into deep thinking, man. I'm all into deep thinking so much. Like, you know what, man? It just doesn't correlate with me, man. Anyways, I genuinely do think that, though. I don't think the name NARD sits with me anymore. I don't think it's my identity. Like, I don't know if that sounds crazy or not, but like when you're trying to make something for yourself, like a channel or whatever, you kind of, well, at least for me, I wanted to give it a cool name and whatever. But after doing this for a couple years, I kind of wanted to make it a little bit more me, I guess. So with that, I decided to change my name because the name Nard came from Oxnard, which is the city that I'm from. But I don't want to establish myself as just like solely from Oxnard. You know, I want to branch out and do more. And that's a cool calling to the city. I love like growing up here. You know, like this is the city that I was born in, and I will always like, I think, have a heart for this city, even though sometimes it can be a shithole. I'm sorry, but like it is what it is. There are good things about the city, but I wanted it to be more me, not like my city, you know? Because like who knows, maybe in the future I'll like move on to other cities and do other things, you know? Not that I cheat on Oxnard, but like, you know, you gotta try new things. So I wanted to kind of make myself more universal, I guess. So I just decided to, and something that's more me, like personal. And well, that's why I went with the name Marco, because that's literally my name. Like my name is literally Marco. I just kind of made it a little fancy, you know. I gotta make it a little fancy, just to make it stick out, you know, because there's already like fucking 500 Marcos on YouTube, so I had to kind of make mine stand out a little bit. It might be hard to read, I don't know. It looked good the way I saw it. There was other methods of writing the name that I thought of, but it didn't, either the name was taken or it just didn't look good. So that's the best one that I settled with. But we'll see if we stick with that name. I don't know. Maybe we will, we won't. I don't know. I thought I was gonna stick with NARD, but I don't know. To be honest, hearing it all the time, hearing that name, like I don't know, I started to get over it. I started to get annoyed of it. Like, this just doesn't feel like me. I don't know how to explain it. If you know, you know. I'm gonna say that a lot. Like, a lot of this too is me just being honest and like just being myself, you know. Like, I feel like a lot of we'll get to it. We'll get to it pretty soon, but I wanted to clear up that first, so I just wanted to kind of mention that. Let's move on to the next part. All right, let me get more water though. I have a challenge. Every time I have to drink some water, you drink some water too. Okay, so like I said before, let me actually start deleting stuff here, because then I'm gonna be really all over the place because my brain is just everywhere. So where I've been, you know, I've been on the break. As we know, we've been if you've been on the channel for a minute, you would know that we take a break around like the holidays. But during this break, I did a lot of ruminating. You know, there's nights when I wasn't sleeping, just in my head. I'm the type of person to be in their head a lot, and if I have like a long night of going out on a weekend, you know, and is it circadian rhythm? I don't know. I'm trying to sound smart. When you go to bed and you start going to bed at the wrong time, like for me, like going later, you start to get used to staying up. And what was happening to me was that I was staying up after I went on that like crazy hangout, going out with people or whatever. And I wasn't getting sleep. And I was doing, when I don't get sleep, I get in my head a lot, and I start to ruminate. Even when I am rested, I'm in my head all the time. But long story short, a lot of ruminating this vacation break. I don't know what happened. Maybe my prefrontal cortex finally developed. Now, I know you're supposed to get it a little bit earlier on in your life, but I've always considered myself as a late bloomer, so like things don't click for me till later, and I think that's why a lot of people have always looked at me like, oh, what's up with this guy? Does he not get the memo? Well, yeah, it's because I feel like I'm probably a late bloomer. I'm gonna be real. That's what it feels like. I did a lot of contemplated a lot of things in my life, a lot about this channel, which I'm gonna get to, a lot of things that I'm not okay with that had happened throughout the channel's history, and I've been doing a lot of recalibrating, a lot of changes, which we'll get to. But I definitely feel like my brain has been getting recalibrated slowly and surely. And you know, I'm trying to be open to a lot of things, meaning spirituality, excuse me, religion, all this stuff, all the reality, you know, I don't know, science, you name it. I've been trying to be more open with my thoughts, and I've been making a lot of I've been keeping my brain open, recalibrating, and there's a lot of things that I'm not okay with that I've done, which we'll get to, and a lot of realizations, and some of it good, some of it bad. It's been a roller coaster. I'll be honest. So sorry guys, I'm like checking my computer at the same time. One thing that I did learn too is being honest with myself, like just being real, and telling you guys, like, not trying to be like a hype man or anything like that, you know, like I don't want to be pretend. We'll get to it. So I felt like I was burning out of creating content, and I was kind of feeling lost after, once we got into, maybe, was it year 2, year 3? It might be year 2 of the podcast. There's this thing that happens with me where I feel like if I'm doing something that's a constant and it's always reoccurring, I can get bored of myself from doing the same thing over and over, and then like I start to think, is this my life like forever? And my brain like helps me, you know, get out of that and try new things. And I love that about my brain, is that it wants me to get out of my comfort zone, which I love, because I feel like everyone should do that. And yeah, I guess like I was kind of getting bored of the ideas I was making. I feel like I already did everything that I wanted to do with that project, and continuing it any further would have just kept that thought lingering. And you know, I'll be honest, that's what I started to feel near the end of the show. And don't get me wrong, there was a lot of guests along the way and a lot of fun times, a lot of great moments. Actually, I would say this last year we did was pretty solid. As far as going with like interviews and talking to people, like I think we did such a great job. And the year before that, we did such a great job with improvising and making our own little segments. You know, we did some really cool stuff. But I felt like the year was passing by, and you know, I wanted to be a little bit more creative and try new projects and try, you know, other content, and also get back into streaming. I feel like I had such a great thing going on with streaming, and I look back at that, I'm like, wow, I did pretty well for myself. And I did a lot with my friends this year, and that was great, and I love it. But I truly need to find, like, here's the thing, guys, like I love making content with them. I love it. And here's the thing, I will still continue to do content with them. Like, here's the thing, these guys aren't, I mean, it's up to them really. So here, let me get to my point. Henry and Meta and in Sloth, I don't know about Sloth. I'm not going to speak for them, but because I'm not in touch with them as much as these guys, because they're in my physical life. But every person living has their own aspirations and their own dreams that they want to reach. And you know, I kind of want to let them find what that is. I don't want to tie them down to what my hobby is. And I appreciate them for always being there for me. But I don't want to like step into their toes, and like I want them to find themselves. And if they enjoy, getting to my point, if they enjoy doing the content with me, I've kind of spoken to them about this, about switching to streaming. But my point is, like, they'll still be around if they want to be, you know, like they've been a crucial part of this channel for about 2 years now. And seeing them just go would be kind of wild. So like, what I'm saying is they'll still be around. They'll help me with projects. They're my friends, you know, it's not like they're gone. But I'll be honest, you're probably going to see a lot less of them now. And to those that are kind of bummed out about that, I know and I understand, and maybe some of you came specifically for them. But that's where this comes into place, where like I feel like where they all need to find their own individual identities. I created this channel to find my identity and find what I wanted to be. And I started to lose sight of that and make it all about us, which is great. But I also felt like I should be able to be comfortable doing what I'm doing by myself or with collaborations, you know, like this is my channel at the end of the day. And like, I feel like this is the next move, and I feel like they would benefit more if they came in every once in a while and weren't obligated to come every like once a week to do this show that sometimes maybe, you know, they might be going through something. And like, I don't know, I the whole time I was looking at it at the lens of myself and like how to get the work done and stuff like that. Not saying that I didn't think about them before, but I could have been thinking about them more. And I was kind of more thinking about the success of the channel and keeping something going once a week and keeping myself like accountable for doing one thing a week. But when that one thing a week starts to feel like stale to you, and like your morals start to change and your views on things change, like it was only inevitable that like I was going to come to this and kind of find myself again, and hopefully you guys actually want to be here because of like what I've created and like who I am, you know. I don't want, it's a lot, but they'll still be around cuz with content, which we'll get to, like future content, there's going to be a lot of changes, but they will still be around to help me. Like they'll still be in videos, they'll still be on streams. A lot of stuff is going to change. A lot of content's going to change. And that's going to start with retiring the podcast. And I'm retiring it because I felt like we were made for more than just the podcast universe, and I kind of didn't. I always, one thing that I've always hated was I never wanted to be labeled as anything, as like I just wanted to be an artist. Like, you know, I know a lot of artists say that, but like I know exactly, if you if you know, you know. But yeah, I want to retire it. I want to move on. I want to be known to do other things, and the podcast is something that I could do when I'm no longer capable of doing things. I don't know, when I feel like I want to sit down and have more conversations, which I'll still do. There will still be interviews and stuff. I'll probably still have people come on the stream and like hang out with me and just chill. I feel like doing this the stream format, which I was gonna say is we're retiring the podcast and we're going back to streaming, because that's what I was normally doing, and I enjoyed doing it. And I enjoyed just hanging out with you guys, feeling a little more leverage on just relaxing and just like hanging out with you guys, instead of like, what am I going to talk about this week? Like that mindset that I had was starting to become toxic to me, because it made me want to like find conversations where conversations didn't need to be made, like talking about other people, or I don't know, like when we weren't doing segments where it was just like our own creative minds, it was always like some bullshit that we were talking about, which I'll hold Henry to this. He never wanted to talk about any of this stuff. He always just wanted to have fun. So, but I was allowing a lot of things that I didn't want to talk about to be talked about. And I'm be real, I don't want to have a channel where I'm like talking about people. It just doesn't sit well with me anymore. It just feels icky to me, nasty. Like here and there I'll have like, you know, something to say, but like I'm not gonna make the rest of my life where I'm talking about other people or topics about other people, because I'm just gonna sound miserable. Like I'll talk about things where things need to be talked about, right? I'm not saying that I'm gonna avoid discussions, but like I'm just kind of over talking about things that didn't, like, that was just bullshit. And I want to just be creative and be an artist and do things that matter and do things that push people to want to, you know, I just want to make people feel good, you know? And talking about other people like forever just feels like loser shit. I don't know. And I don't know, it's just not my, what sits well with me anymore. And also I noticed that a lot of the world is like that. A lot of people like to just shit talk behind people's backs. And I know people have done that to me. I mean, it happens to everybody, right? But like, it doesn't take much to be a good person and like have yourself step away from that environment. See, the one thing about me was that I never set boundaries. I never set boundaries with people. And when it comes to finding identity, you know, I want to stand up for my own beliefs and what I feel like is right or wrong, no matter if someone thinks that's corny or cringe or whatever. Like, I have morals and that's okay. If having morals is like a corny thing, then fuck it. Like, I'll be corny, you know, like it's not that big of a fucking deal. But I know that I have morals and I need to step forward with those morals now, and like understand that it's my path and my journey, and I can pick and choose who I want to be around with and who I don't want to be around with. And I know damn well that the people I don't want to be around with is people who are like thinking of other people in the wrong way, you know? I have so many stories of people that I've seen that have treated other people like shit. I mean, I'm not a saint, you know, like I've done bad things, but like the point is to heal from that and to be a better person. And when you're constantly being surrounded by that, it starts to feel the world starts to feel shallow and dark. And it's easy to get sucked into that, especially in a city where like, you know, you're to Sin City, you know, like we're bad, like just bad apples everywhere. And I understand that now that I can move away from that. And there was a lot of that rubbing off on me, and I just wasn't cool with it anymore. Like I realized that I'm a different I'm a different kind of guy in this realm that I'm in, and that's okay. I used to think I was weird. I was a weird guy, and that's fine. I feel like that's fine, and that's why I'm here. That's why I made this channel. So people that understand me, and I don't feel weird, and you don't feel weird. You know, like it's a relationship that works both ways. You know, and yeah, I might say or do a couple of stupid things, but that's why we have conversations. You know, a lot of people just want to talk shit and scream at other people, and it's like, how are we gonna move forward like from that? You know, like we got to talk to ourselves. Like, you know, you hear all these common things like speak to other people how you would speak to yourself, you know. And then people want to make excuses like, oh well, I talk to myself like in a bad way, so I guess I gotta talk to everybody in a bad way. Like, no dude, like you're missing the goddamn point. I think a lot of the streams that we'll be doing too is probably gonna be me like rambling on about my thoughts and stuff. And that's one thing that I've been afraid of was always sharing my thoughts and like wanting to just say things to say things and make people not mad at me. But you know what, like I really, again, going back to what I am and what I believe in, I'm not gonna step away from that. I feel like this year I've been hearing this a lot. You're the snake, right? You're supposed to shed away the old you and bring new you, and I'm doing a lot of that. And I'm shedding a lot of the old me that like, because I'm gonna be like honest with you guys, like I was kind of just moving like sloppily and everywhere and doing whatever the fuck I think was like gonna be entertaining and good for the viewers. Like the viewers had me like this. They had me by the balls, guys. Like the viewers in the beginning, like there was things that I did that I like, why did I do that? You know, like, and now I'm just doing things for myself and people that like are part of this, that want to be part of this, you know, and not just to make me do things, you know, like, or I don't know. I have a lot in my head about all of this. So forgive me if I start to get everywhere at this point, but I don't know. I always was like the, hey, look at me guys, look at me, like, you know, it's me doing a podcast, look at this. And I kind of got over that for some reason. Something just clicked in my head and I'm like, I want to be taking a little bit more like serious, and like I don't want to be the like, hey, look at me guy, you know, like I'm not that guy, pal. I'm just not. I don't feel like I'm that person anymore. That is, I feel like a part of me was trying to seek attention that I never got when I was growing up. But now that I'm like opening myself to conversations and stuff and hearing I'm in different pockets of the internet now, like, and just realizing like, wow, a lot of stuff that I did was just for because I wanted attention, and like now I don't care. Like I don't care about any of that, and it feels good. And I feel like I feel like some people don't break through that, and some people do. But man, like feeling like I could just do what I've wanted to do, and not feel like I have like a standard to hold where like I have to do this or I'm never gonna be famous. Like I wanted to be famous and like have an easy life and think that it was just gonna come to me like that. And like doing this show was like gonna help me get there quicker. But like the world works in funny ways, and you know, like I finally realized like, wow, I'm like doing the complete opposite of what I even stood for, which was genuinely be me, and like, you know, just be me. And I wasn't doing that. I was doing it at the beginning, but then like, I don't know, I started to get, what do they say? I don't know. I drink the Kool-Aid. I don't know. What was another one? There was, oh, no, it was I got lost in the sauce. Here you go. But yeah, that's my thoughts with some of that. Let's see. I didn't think I was gonna talk for this much. Yeah, I was feeling I was feeling really stuck for a while. Let me check my computer real quick, guys. I'm gonna check to see how everything's doing. But it's nice to be on here talking again. If you guys are with me, drop a like. Let me know what you think. You know, I'd like to know what you guys think. It's been very. I see a few you're on here, so that's good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of people will tune in later on, but thank you. Yeah, this video is just gonna be the stream is just gonna be me rambling, and also like I wanted to test out how everything looked. So far, everything looks pretty okay. It seems to be running like better than the other one, which was Streamlabs, and that's nice. But we'll see how it goes. Oof, there goes that orange chicken. It seems like a lot of this. I had a lot of this stuff written down, but it kind of just came out of me like at this point. Let me see. I'm trying to cut the stuff that I just blurted out right now. Yeah, right here. Like I said, I always felt like I needed to perform all the time, and like I just don't want to perform anymore. Like I just want to be me, and like, and I used to want that satisfaction of getting people's like confirmation of like, oh, like we fuck with this kid, or like I always wanted to be seen by, and even by locals. And then like when I started to do other things with other creators in my city, I felt like I wanted to be noticed by these people, but a lot of these people that I was surrounding myself with didn't have the best morals. Yeah, I was just feeling nasty, and I don't need other people that I don't know to make content with or to get validation from. That was the word I was looking for. I felt like I was trying to get validation from all these people, and like, oh, come join my channel, follow me, you know, and see, maybe you guys will stick around. But now I don't care. Like, just not. I don't care. People aren't gonna care about me like that. You know, if, like around here, like it's you come here and you enjoy it or not. Like somehow the fate like in the universe puts you here, and if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. You know, I kept wanting to throw flyers at people to come check me out, but the people that I was even like trying to get validation from like aren't even the people that I even want to be validated from anyways, because a lot of these people, they were like, I don't want to say bad things about people, but it just wasn't the right people that I wanted to be surrounded by with. And again, going back to having my own morals and standing up for myself and having boundaries, you know, I finally realized that I could say no, and I could stand up for myself, which I did today, which is really funny. Oh man, something happened, but I've already told the story like 500 times. But so basically, someone took my parking spot, and I told them, "You took my parking spot," and then they cussed me out, and then they called me a slur. And then I told them, oh, they wanted to spit on my car. And then I pulled out my phone, and then they hesitated, and I was like, "What happened? I thought you were gonna spit on my car." And then that's when they called me the slur. And then I told them to find God, because clearly they were dealing with something that was like had nothing to do with me. Because when I first got there, I guess I told the story. Long story short, because before I got to that parking spot, they were like tailgating my ass in a shopping center, by the way, where it's like 10 miles an hour. They were tailgating me like to hurry up, and the moment I tried to go park, like I was trying to reverse into a parking spot, and they just took my spot. Like, maybe if you weren't tailgating me, you would have had the realization that I was trying to reverse. Like, you clearly saw, like they clearly saw my reverse lights. They clearly saw that I was backing in. And yeah, they thought that, you know, that I wasn't gonna say anything. And, you know, again, I'm gonna speak up for myself. You know, I'm not gonna start like an argument, but I'm gonna let you know, like, hey, dude, like, you know, maybe you should be accountable sometimes. And like, maybe that whole day you were being an asshole to people, and no one told you anything. And now I'm telling you something. And if you're not okay with that, and the way you're handling it is gonna be like that, well, then find God. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that was interesting. I kind of just laughed it off the whole time. It was just kind of like, what? And the people in the store, the employees, were trying to side with her, like, oh, you can't be starting this kind of stuff here. Like, excuse me, I just told them, like, hey, when I got here, you parked into my spot. I know some people would say, just let it go, but you know, like, when you're a guy that like has never spoken up for themselves and has always been afraid to, and you're finally moving past that, like, you know, and you're just being nice about it, and you know, you just talk to someone, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, you know. Stand up for yourself a little bit, and if they want to react like that, and other people want to make you feel like you're in the wrong, and you know goddamn well in your gut that you're right, don't worry about it. 'Cause I moved on and I'm fine. Like, I like was chilling, singing in my car after. It was fine, and then here I am. And who knows? Maybe they might be having a really bad day. Well, I hope the best for them, honestly. Like, I really mean that. But yeah, this whole year, I really want to create with like a lot of intent. I want to be really intentional with my content. You know, I don't want to just keep making a shitty thing once a week and then like what do they say? Quality over quantity. And I feel like our quality was kind of going down a little bit near the end, and yeah, I want to just, you know, work on projects. I really enjoyed, if you guys haven't seen, I have a video on my YouTube. I did it for a school project because I did a media class, and my project was to make a topic, to make a video about a topic and do a slideshow, which I did I did my own little take on it, and I aced it, by the way. Thank you. Oh, and thanks Meta, because she helped me with that. Really, it came out really good. Go check it out. It was for school, but it had me genuinely thinking. And Meta was telling me this too. Like, wow, like like I enjoyed that. Like, you should do more of that. And I was like, in my head, maybe I should do more of that on topics that I like. You know, like whatever the case is. Like, I have a lot of things to talk about. It might not all be like similar topics, but they might just kind of might be everywhere. And you know, we'll see how that goes. I want to do that. I want to do streams. Even Henry was like, oh, like I was like, he enjoyed hearing me talk, and that like I kind of sounded like, you know, I knew what I was talking about, like a teacher. And I was like, oh, that's nice, you know, like I always feel like I would have been able to do that. And I've always wanted to share my information with people that actually care, you know. And that's what YouTube's for, so people can find their, you know, places and find the videos they want to watch. Like, what am I doing? I don't want to push people away, so we'll probably do more of that. It's gonna be a lot of throwing shit on the wall and seeing what sticks kind of content, and I think that's the best content, because you're kind of just making whatever, and making stuff is just awesome. So hopefully we'll do that. I am want to work on a vision board with my sister, so maybe we'll do that on a stream. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. I'm gonna do a lot of shenanigans here. Maybe I'll play chess. I don't fucking know. Whatever I want to do, you know, like fuck. Like, why was I so worried? Anyways. Yeah, I want to make a vision board. Eventually I want to make a film, like a student style film. I don't know, but I want to do some sort of acting. I feel like that'd be great to put on the channel. We'll see. This is my world. I can destroy it if I want. Content and structure. So yeah, a lot of this stuff I kind of already talked about, but yeah, I want to isolate a lot of these ideas that I'm gonna be coming up with. I already have a couple things, but isolating meaning like I want them to have their own specific videos, where before we were doing everything on the podcast and it was like all in one, you know. But I want to be able to spread my wings out a little bit more, make titles and videos that people can click on, where it's just like, oh, another podcast, you know. And yeah, again, going back to streaming, but with a little bit more purpose into it. And like I said, quality over quantity. But yeah, I made a segment here about Nardcast, but I already explained that. And again, like, we're not broken up or anything, but we all have our life paths, you know, and we all got to find ourselves, you know. I can't be the exception where I'm allowing things to happen, and like, you know, I just feel accountable for that stuff now. I feel like I'm creating spaces where some things are okay and some things aren't. And a lot of things that I noticed I was doing wasn't okay. And that's okay. We learn and grow. But yeah, you probably won't see a podcast for a while. Let's see. Oh, as far as private, we're almost done here, by the way. I won't take too much of your time. This took 40 minutes. Wow. Not bad. I was kind of anticipating it to be that long. I know I said earlier, like, wow, I was talking longer than I thought, but honestly, it hasn't been that much time looking at what it is now. As far as the content on this channel and all the stuff that we filmed, yeah, about that. Let me take a drink. Let me take another drink. Because you guys might like this and might not like this. Let me take one more drink. I don't have the soundboard right now plugged in. I was gonna put the drum, oh wait. I do have, I still do have the sounds that I could play. Hold on. It might play really loud right now though. Just letting you know. Hold on. I got this. Where is it? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Ready? As far as the content goes for this channel, a lot of it's getting privated. So a lot of the stuff here's how it's gonna go. I'm not deleting them, I'm privating them. I just want to curate my channel a little bit more, kind of make it more, I cleaned it up. I cleaned it up because again, the channel is going to be going through a lot of changes, and I don't want the whole podcast to just be funneling right there the whole time, like just sitting there. Some of you might disagree with me on that, but either way, there was a lot of things that, like I said, that I don't sit with anymore, and like that's just not me. And if something's not me, I'm not gonna have the video up there, you know, like that just be me. I just want to be accountable for that. And a lot of the stuff, I don't know what I'm not gonna go in every fucking video and watch every single one and see what I said, but like, you know, we're a little loosey about the stuff that we talked about, and like I decided that a lot of the pods that we did, just the three of us, I have wiped from the channel. They're not there anymore. Maybe, I think there's like one or two, but what you will see is a lot of the guest episodes. And why I did that was because a lot of the guest episodes were interviews. A lot of them were also like just fun, and like a lot of, and they took their time to like come here and you know, chill and hang out and do content with us. And I don't want to completely remove that from the channel yet, but yeah, those are there, so enjoy them while you can. Go watch those back, because you can't watch those other videos anymore. They're gone, unless I put in public. Hey, if you slip me a $5 or if you slip me a 50, I'll give you the unlisted links. I'll do that. But as of now, y'all can't see shit, and that's on you. You had like the whole break to catch up on those videos, and I saw a lot of you motherfuckers not watching, so I don't even think it mattered anyways. No one was going back and watching those videos. The ones that were consistently being watched were certain episodes were always getting watched. There were some there, but a lot of majority of the ones were just like, we'd bust one out a week, and then it would have its longevity for about a month, and then it would disappear from like the recently watched stuff. So I don't really think it mattered anyways. It's kind of just going to be there for my purpose and like for memories. So say goodbye to those. They just don't represent who I am anymore. So, and I want to make space for like Ariana and her friend said, I'm creating space. I'm what did they say? I'm holding space for what's next, for the next stuff, you know? So we'll see. But anyways, I'm about to cut it here. I want to explain my gratitude for you guys that have stuck around, or if you just started sticking around and you're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm very thankful for all of you that have stayed and watched and watched me grow, and hopefully you guys have grown with me too, like in your own terms, in your own lives. You know, that's all we really want in this life. And I'm really glad to be back. I'm really glad. I feel comfortable again. It took me a couple minutes, but I feel fine now. I love this. I love doing this. If you guys don't like this next chapter, if this is seeming kind of off to you, and it bothers you that you're not going to get your once a week video, like it's just going to kind of happen sporadically, enjoy the rest of this journey with me. Like, feel free to sit next to me and enjoy the ride with me once again. And if you've kind of gotten over this and you're like, oh, I'm not going to see their guys anymore, or whatever the case is, that's okay too. Like, feel free to move on. People move on. People are only in your life for seasons. So, but some people stick around, like the ones that want to be there for you. And yeah, it's up to you where you guys want to do with this. I've decided what I want to do. A lot of people wanted to see the podcast, but this is my channel at the end of the day, and I want to do what makes me feel good. And I want to do better things. I want to move on to bigger and better things, and that also, by the way, goes with making music. I want to approach the music world. I feel like I've always hidden that away a lot, and like a lot of people were like, don't make music, make video, keep making your videos. Well, I want to make music, like, and I already have been, and I can't wait to do that journey as well. Maybe you'll see some of that on this channel. I don't know yet, but I know I will be making more of that content on a separate channel, maybe my own music channel. But that'll be my own thing, that's gonna be my own thing, and maybe you guys will come across that, but I'm gonna keep that for myself because I like singing, I like music, I like creating music. I think it's another art that I enjoy doing next to this one. I love making content, but I also love making music, and I love listening to music. And I think, sounding crazy again, I think I was put in this world to I've been getting spiritual. I'm a life path 33, if you know, you know. And I believe I was put here to help others, and whether that's through streaming or making music, I believe that I was put here to be a voice and to speak for the unspoken, and make people feel good. I feel like that's what I want to do this year. I want to help make people feel good, but I also want to make myself feel good the same way that I would want to make others feel well that have treated me right, So I invite all of you to stay if you want to stay. But all right, guys, well, that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else. That's it. So that's a quick little update. I don't know when you guys will see from me. Probably I'll try to do something this next weekend, or maybe something throughout the week if I find anything interesting. I already had some notes for the next stream. But keep in mind there will be other content coming out. If you don't see me streaming for like a couple of weeks or whatever, it's because I'm probably working on a video. But I'm at my own pace, guys, and I preach to you guys that you guys find what makes you happy, and you guys follow along with me. But all right, guys, well, that's it. This is gonna be here for a cool minute, so I love you guys, and I'll be seeing from you guys in the near future. And I know that I came out here randomly, and now I came out here looking like Steve Jobs or whatever, but I promise it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm not just gonna make smartphones. So